Ignorance is often misunderstood as stupidity. However, in reality, it is a lack of awareness or a refusal to seek knowledge in the face of obstacles. It doesn't make you less intelligent, however. It makes you less likely to succeed in certain areas. For example, you may not get a job in a certain field because of a lack of knowledge, or you may not do some things you are interested in because you do not know how to do them. This can affect your life, however, it results in your life being harder and less convenient. It is important to recognize your ignorance, understand how it blocks your success, and take steps to overcome your ignorance. Ignorance shows the transformative power of knowledge and how it can improve your life. It is easy to stay ignored in the face of our challenges when faced with the demand of the work. However, it must be said that there are several ways in which ignorance can ruin your life. But before we get into that, let me introduce a few examples of innocence. For example, it can lead to missed opportunities, stagnation, damaged relationships, and even lower self-esteem, which can cause the cycle to repeat. The effects that ignorance can have in the professional working environment are that it can make you hard to work with, it can block the flow of ideas and cause stagnation. And because of this, it can cause stagnation in the workplace and make you hard to work with. Another result of this is that it can make people want to avoid working with them, which can cause lost working opportunities and more negative consequences. Outside of the professional space, ignorance can still make your life harder and less productive. The reason for this is that with hobbies or relationships, it is important to make sure that you try to maintain or learn about these things in order to stay sharp and get the most of these things. Because of this, we need to learn to recognize the signs of ignorance inside of us, such that we avoid the negative consequences of it. To recognize ignorance inside of ourselves, we need to be ready to admit that we can make mistakes, and more importantly, that we have blind spots in our understanding of things. And once we recognize, we can see our own ignorance all over the place. Avoiding feedback, avoiding learning new skills because they are hard, or dismissing others' perspectives in favor of your own. These are all examples of ignorance in practice. These are all examples of intentional ignorance that we may not immediately note as ignorance, however, is still ignorance found because we should avoid issues or lack of knowledge, often resulting in us dismissing or avoiding alternative sources of information in order to maintain ignorance. One reason that ignorance is so tempting for many to get stuck inside of is that it is a very comfortable thing. What I mean by this is that to overcome our ignorance, we need to first see our faults, admit to those faults, aspire to do better, and begin the slow and difficult process of learning new things and new information to overcome our knowledge gap. Overcoming ignorance is done by acquiring knowledge. However, the issue with this is that learning is difficult and can often be exhausting. Because of this, many people avoid trying to learn. However, the only way to overcome ignorance is to understand our areas of ignorance and take up a learning mindset where we take in the feedback of others to stress test what we know we are doing. It provides feedback on how much we know. Additionally, it should be normal to routinely challenge your assumptions to make sure that you have thoroughly made sure that they are not found in ignorance. Knowledge is incredibly transformative because it is the fundamental opposite of ignorance. It encourages thinking, and in professional spaces, it can open up opportunities and make you open to more criticisms. Because of this, elevates your work and allows you to grow quickly and mindfully without impeding your progress.